Welcome to day 2 of my 31-day video challenge. Each day I'm going to post a new video on YouTube to see how many views I can get and to also push my engagement and to help me to push myself to do more work. Today I'm going to talk about the Transformers movies. I'm going to do a ranking. I'm going to rank all 9 movies. Let me know what your ranking is. Let's get started. At number 9 I have The Last Knight, which is sort of the last one that forms part of Michael Bay's franchise. And it's obvious that it's the worst movie of the bunch. It just completely destroys the mythology behind the Transformers and what made the first few movies so amazing. There are some cool parts of the movie, like Optimus going evil for a while and Bumblebee being the ultimate hero, but it wasn't enough to make this movie better. Number 8, I have Age of Extinction, which sort of served like a soft reboot to this franchise with Mark Wahlberg coming in. But unfortunately, it just didn't have the magic of the first 3 movies. It was still okay in a way, but the story was just incoherent. The editing was awful, but it was great to see the Dinobots. At number 7, I have Revenge of the Fallen, the second movie in the original trilogy. I still love this movie, but it's just weaker than the others that I have above it. I think it's a good movie and it explores some really cool themes, but it didn't focus enough on the Transformers like you would have loved to. At number 6, I have the Transformers, the movie, which is the animated movie that came out back in the 80s. If I'm not mistaken, it was 87 or 88, around that time. I watched it recently just so that I can say that I've watched all the Transformers movies, and it was pretty much okay. There is nothing special about it. I do think I read some of the critics' reviews, and most of them agreed that the violence was a little too much for the kids. But honestly, yes, the death of some of the most important characters were unnecessary, but it still looked kind of cool. But it's just not the Transformers movie for me. Maybe it's because I didn't grow up with it. Maybe I watched it a little too late, but it's definitely not a top Transformer movie for me. At number 5, I have Rise of the Beasts, which at the time when it came out last year, I thought it was a fantastic movie. I thought it might actually be one of the best Transformers movies. It had some of the greatest action scenes. I loved the inclusion of the Maximals and some of the other characters from the Transformers franchise. It felt like it lacked something. It was kind of feeling like it's more a setup near the end so that the Transformers can cross over with G.I. Joe. But all that said, I still had so much fun with this movie. It's just not as fun as the ones that I have above it. Now, this is my hot take. At number 4, I have Dark of the Moon. I know many people consider this the best one in the franchise for some reason. I do think it's a fantastic movie, but it lacked or it missed Megan Fox. I do think Shia LaBeouf was amazing. The story was wonderful. It was a really fun Transformers movie, one that I can watch over and over again. Number 3, I have Bumblebee, which probably has one of the best stories in the whole Transformers franchise. It focuses on one Transformer and it really gives Bumblebee some time to shine. Haley Steinfeld is phenomenal in this movie. John Cena is so cool. And some of the lines in this movie were just so funny and it really made sense for the story. And it's also one of the better Transformer movies. It looks fantastic. And it's a more dramatic take on the characters or the story, which actually helps for this movie. At number 2, I have Transformers 1, which came out very recently. I think this is a fantastic animated movie. It's one of my favorite animated movies of 2024. It just looks beautiful. Its story is so impactful. The relationship between D16 and Orion Pax or Megatron and Optimus Prime is just fantastic. How their characters fully become shaped into the characters we know and love, and also their friendship, their dynamic, also the introduction of Bumblebee It's just so beautiful. It's just a fantastic story. It's actually supposed to be number one, but because of nostalgia, my number one is the 2007 Transformers movie by Michael Bay. It is just one of the best action movies ever. The way the characters transform, the way the Autobots and the Decepticons transform, looks so beautiful. I mean, the CGI still holds up. Even modern movies don't look this good. This just looks great. Which is a reminder that movies from the mid 2000s just look so amazing. The CGI is just fantastic. It's next level good. And yeah, this movie, maybe it's nostalgia. It's a movie that I watched in cinemas, and I was with my friends, and we just had a wonderful day and an amazing experience watching this movie. It's a movie that I really can go back to time and time again and still have a lot of fun, regardless of what you might think of the story, regardless of what you might think of the human characters. I do think it's a proper movie that everyone has to watch. Yeah, so let me know what your ranking is. This is my ranking. You might not agree with it, and that's okay.